I am Renee, he, him pronouns. I am here on unceded Ohlone land in Oakland, and just really grateful to be here with you all tonight. And yeah, so as we're looking at our theme, queering this moment, I don't know about you all, but this is a moment. Like, I don't know about the folks in your life or how you're feeling, but it feels like there is just a lot to hold right now in our bodies, in our lives, in our relationships, in our communities. And yeah, so how do we show up and hold all of that as queer, trans, and all of our many, many other identities. So with, I will offer what I can. And I'm just like also feeling it. So trying to find a balance for myself of like, what do I have to offer that feels like it's helpful, and knowing that yeah, that this is really a moment, and these are really difficult times, and especially for us as queer and trans folks, when we really find ourselves under attack in so many different ways. So just want to hold us all with as much care as possible. So just really inviting you all into this space. For me, the East Bay Meditation Center has been my spiritual home for over a decade now, and I invite you all into that. And also, you know, it feels like every space can have its challenges and be complicated, and yeah, so just wanting to show up for that too, with as much care as possible. So if there's anything I can do as the teacher tonight, is holding the space that will help you feel more at home, more comfortable in the space, please let me know. I'm going to get us started with a guided meditation, and this meditation's really inspired, as many of my meditations are, by Lama Rod Owens, and I want to, in this practice, really reach out to the earth to hold us and to explore both the quality of gratitude as well as holding difficult emotions. So that'll be a little bit of the terrain that we'll explore in this meditation. And then we'll take a brief break, come back, and I want to share a little bit about just my own practice with grief and gratitude right now. And then we'll have a little chance to connect and discuss. So as we move into practice, I invite you to just get a little bit more comfortable. We, in practice, you know, every posture is welcome: sitting, standing, lying down, incorporating movement. So yeah, just I invite us to check in with ourselves, with our bodies. Is there something I can do to make my body a little bit more comfortable right now? And that might be changing position, lying down, turning the camera on or off, having our eyes open or closed. So that's just an invitation as we get settled into practice. So just taking a moment for that. And also inviting, as we move into practice, that everything I offer is, as we mentioned in the communication agreement, something to try on, and it might not be the right thing for today. So just knowing These are invitations. You can always stay with your own practice or stay with part of what I'm offering, and not take on other pieces. So just paying attention to our own inner guidance as we are moving into the practice. So as we get comfortable, maybe take a few breaths, letting anything go on the out breath that we don't need to hang on to. We can even let the breath go with a little bit of sound or movement. As we move into practice, we're moving into meeting ourselves in this moment. And yeah, how do we want to meet ourselves? How would we meet a dear friend or loved one? The invitation is to meet ourselves with as much care and gentleness as we can. And that gentleness can include moving slowly. If we are moving our awareness into the body, we can do that slowly and with care, finding the places where our awareness can rest comfortably. There might be parts of the body that don't feel as accessible. We can check in with our body and find a place where our awareness can rest as comfortably as possible. Maybe that's bringing our awareness to our feet, touching the floor. It may be bringing our awareness to the weight of our body, resting on the chair or on our bed or wherever it is that we're resting. Maybe bringing our awareness just to one finger or to our ear or any place that feels neutral. Looking for places where we can be somewhere in the spectrum of neutral to comfortable. We might notice places that feel agitated, painful, uncomfortable. The invitation is to notice that, not to push it away, but to see if we can find a place where our awareness can feel more of a sense of ease, rest, comfort. In this piece of starting our practice, we're taking the steps to move into this space of practice together. So this is still the beginning. Another piece that can be helpful is to set some intentions or to touch into our reasons for practicing. It may be just to feel a little bit more ease. It may be to reduce suffering for ourselves or others. We may wish for an experience of peace. We may wish for less conflict and violence in the world. All of these are great reasons to practice. And we often dedicate our practice at the end of the night, offering our efforts and practice to all who are needing it right now, including ourselves. And that's something we can do at the beginning too, to come to practice with a sense of dedicating it to all who are suffering, or all who are needing help right now, or all who are struggling with what we're struggling with. And as we move into the practice itself, I invite you to bring your attention, if this feels available, to the contact between your body and the earth. We can bring our mindfulness to this connection. Tuning into an awareness that we're always connected to the earth. As we feel maybe just that sense of pressure, you may feel the pressure of our body just meeting our support right now, that contact. We can just tune into, what does that feel like? You notice, does it feel comforting? Does it feel neutral? It might even feel slightly uncomfortable. But just tuning into that feeling of contact, pressure, and inviting the sense that this is really the earth holding us. As gravity is always holding us to the earth, this very mysterious force of gravity that's created our universe and has shaped this planet that we live on. It's holding our bodies securely to the earth at every moment. Just tuning into this mysterious force of gravity. Inviting the sense that this can be the earth holding us. That perhaps the earth is holding us as a parent might hold a child, as we might hold a beloved pet or child, or any object that means a lot to us. It could be a rock, a piece of wood, a piece of art, that there is this holding, this tender holding that the earth is offering us. And just inviting ourselves into that sense of connection and being held. This tradition of touching the earth goes back to the Buddha. The Buddha, in their commitment to awakening, drew on the support of the earth, touched the earth. can we also draw upon this contact with the earth, with our bodies touching the earth and the earth holding us? Can we draw on this as a resource in moments, including this one, that might feel difficult? And this connection to the earth can feel all kinds of different ways. It might be something that we tangibly feel, like the touch of a friend or a loved one. It may be something that's an idea, the idea that the earth is there for us. It might feel out of reach in this moment, this sense of connection, and that's okay too. Just inviting this connection to show up for us in whatever way it does. And it might show up, might not show up in this moment, it might show up in a future moment. It may be that we're just planting the seeds of turning our attention towards this connection of love and care that might be available to us from the earth. And to whatever extent this connection does feel available, I invite us to also tune into whether there's any sense of gratitude that arises in this connection. I invite the reflection, is there anything that you are grateful to the earth for? And it might be as simple as the last meal that you ate, or the home and shelter that you receive that is part of the earth. It may be bringing in the awareness that the very materials our body is made up of come from the earth. It may be thinking of a place in the natural world that feels like home. Maybe there's a mountain or a lake, a river or a beach, a forest, some place that where we feel held, feel at home, that's part of this earth. It may be thinking of a particular animal or plant, tree, that helps us feel supported, cared for. Just inviting in this sense of gratitude, inviting it into our body, maybe noticing if there is a sense of gratitude that arises in this moment, noticing where it shows up in the body. Maybe we feel it in our feet, or in our heart, or in our gut. Just noticing, is there a felt sense of gratitude in the body? And can we cultivate this sense of gratitude? If it were like an ember or a spark, can we blow on this feeling and bring more warmth? Maybe fan it to a glow of gratitude in our body. Or invite that this sense of gratitude might grow in the future. And just taking a couple minutes in silence just to be with any sense of gratitude that is arising in this moment, in particular in relationship with the earth. Just continuing in silence for another couple of minutes. And as we continue our practice, bringing our attention to this sense of gratitude, I want to also invite that we might offer some of this gratitude back to the earth. If we have been able to access a sense of gratitude in the body, we might imagine that that gratitude is just permeating the earth, seeping into the earth, that it might be overflowing our body and saturating the earth under us. Like a nourishing rain. And in this space of gratitude, and this space of connection with the earth, if there is anything that's also in your awareness that might feel challenging, there are feelings that have been feeling overwhelming. It may be that there's grief present, anger, agitation, fear or anxiety. Sometimes these more challenging feelings can feel overwhelming or like too much to hold on our own. If it feels like it would be supportive, we can invite to just lightly touch these more challenging feelings within this space of being connected and held by the earth, as well as being held in this quality of gratitude. And if it feels like what would be most supportive right now is to stay with this quality of gratitude, that also is invited. But if there is something present that you want to invite into this space of touching and being held by the earth, you can invite that in. And it may be as simple as just naming a feeling that's present. We may just name sadness, or name anger, just noticing that it's present. And we may just feel a little bit of, what does that feel like in the body in this moment with this resource of the earth here? And if it feels too big, we can offer it to the earth to hold, knowing the earth has the capacity to take in and compost so much. There's no burden to the earth to hold our experiences with us. The earth has so much capacity. So just naming any challenging feelings or emotions that are present, or it could be a thought. Just allowing it to be present. Knowing that if at any time, if it feels like it's too much, we can also just check back into this connection with the earth, or open our eyes and really connect into our space. And inviting just a sense, yes, this too, this feeling too is present. And just noticing has anything changed even since we invited in this feeling and named it? Just even over this couple of minutes, has it shifted or changed? In inviting the earth to hold this feeling too, does anything shift or change? Not in the sense of trying to fix anything, but just noticing. Is there any more space here in my experience of this difficult feeling? As we invite the earth to hold it, is there a sense that maybe it is gripping us differently or a little bit less? If there is any sense of release or space that's showing up, really allowing that. Can we allow more space around this feeling? Can we allow a sense that it's being held by more than just us? And as we continue to sit with this experience of gratitude, we can also just drop in the question, is there anything that I feel grateful for in this difficult experience? Maybe in this feeling of sadness, of anger, of fear, or other challenging thoughts or emotions. And the answer may be not like, no way, but just dropping in that question to see, is there anything here to be grateful for? And I invite us, as we're coming towards the end of this practice, to turn our attention back to this sense of gratitude that we've been cultivating, or even to the idea of gratitude, or something specific that we feel grateful for. So having touched into the more difficult emotion, just invite the sense that the earth is holding it, and we can turn our attention back to gratitude and be released by this feeling, or release this feeling from our attention. So turning our attention back to the quality of gratitude, maybe touching back into a part of our body where we were feeling some gratitude. It may help even to bring a hand to that part of the body, maybe bringing a hand to our chest or our belly. And just blowing on this ember of gratitude again. And offering the gratitude to the earth. Offering gratitude to ourselves. Really recognizing our efforts in practicing, showing up, being in a caring relationship with ourselves. Just giving ourselves this gift of presence and attention. I may offer some gratitude to this community, for others for showing up, creating Sangha and community. There may be other benefactors, teachers, guides, who we want to offer some gratitude to. Offering gratitude to those who have shown us kindness. Maybe offering gratitude to someone who just offered a kind word to us today or this week. Offering gratitude in any other directions that it feels called. And offering our practice and our gratitude out to all who need support right now, all who are suffering, all who are caught in difficult feelings and thoughts. Maybe just to all who are sharing some struggle that we're going through right now. Offering our practice and our gratitude to all who need it. And invite the sound of the bell to end this practice period. Thank you all for your practice, for trying on some earth touching and holding practice with me, and gratitude practice. So really appreciating everyone for your practice.